guys, welcome back to a new video. Who are you?
Who am I? Juste introduis-moi.
Okay. This is my boyfriend, and today we're going to talk about dating in France. Originally, I was supposed to film this video with another expat friend, but she couldn't make it. So I'm filming it with my boyfriend instead. Which I think is a good idea, because at least we're going to see two different perspectives. Because you're a man, and I'm a woman, and you're French. And I'm not French. I asked you guys on Instagram to ask me questions about dating in France. And you guys asked me some really good questions. So, shall we start?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
No.
Okay, good. First question. Who pays on a first date in France?
What would you think?
To be honest, I never paid on a first date in France.
I would say it's more like it's a debate on Threads, for example.
On Threads.
On Threads or...
Where all the good things are.
Or X. I would say some men would gladly pay the first date and some women would expect the man to pay. But also, I've seen people like wanting to share the bill because the first date is like no commitment and you don't want to have any, how do you say, debt?
Debt?
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand.
So yeah, both exists. But personally, I would pay on the first date.
You said you always paid on a first date.
Yeah, for me, it's normal. But anyhow, I would pay for the first date, I think. It's because it's just the way I am. It's the first step. I'm going towards you, so maybe I would pay.
But to be honest, my opinion on this is that if you ask me out, like you ask, do you want to come for dinner to this restaurant? Mm-hmm. Why would I pay? You ask me out. If I ask you out, then okay, I pay. But you literally ask me out if I want to come with you now.
What about if we agree to go out?
How does that look like?
I don't know.
How does that? What do you mean you don't know?
I don't know. How about we grab a drink and yeah, why not? I don't know.
If there is someone, like if a guy asked me like, hey, do you want to go for a drink here to this restaurant this day at this time? You ask me out, so why should I pay?
Yeah.
Even with friends. Sometimes if you ask your friends out,
it's a way of
you pay, no?
it.
But I think that's like a real debate in like... Because
I told you go on Threads or X, you will see multiple topics on that.
How reliable is online dating in France? I think it has gotten worse with AI. I think before it was quite okay. I online dated a lot in 2021 after COVID and it was okay. But even in 2021, there were like more and more like fake profiles, kind of scammy people. I would imagine that now with AI, it's even worse. I actually had somebody email me the other day that somebody is using my pictures on Tinder in France. Yep, if you pay attention and be careful, then it can work. But I think it's getting harder and harder now. Also depends on the app. I think Tinder is like really like the how you say that, like the hellhole of online dating. But you online dated as well, no?
Yeah.
Did you have any problems?
No, I stumbled upon scams, but I could see it right away. The phone number is a bit weird. It's a foreign
From Pakistan.
Yeah, from I don't know where.
From Bangladesh.
And informations, they don't add up when you ask questions and stuff.
That's weird.
So yeah, it's quite reliable, but as anywhere else, I would say just stay, how do you say?
Careful.
Be careful.
Yeah. How many of them are fake scam accounts? You thought that I was a scam account.
Yeah, at some point, yeah, because you only had photos like from your modeling time, so it was only professional pictures with the lighting being perfect and all, and I was like, how can it be? So I asked. I was a bit suspicious at first, but fake accounts. I think as you've mentioned, probably a lot now with AI.
But also if you have like a Google Pixel or like a smartphone, because you can search with your Google Pixel.
Yeah.
Who is the person like you?
That's a tip for you. I have a Google Pixel, and you can pretty much like highlight any part of your screen, and if you highlight the pictures, sometimes it will just show you the original pictures of.
That's crazy.
It's someone else, but they just change the face.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's a tip for you.
I think iPhones don't do that. But if you have a Google Pixel, you can use that for
Google Pixel Pro for the win.
At what point you knew that I was not a fake account? Because we met on Tinder.
I think when I started to see your YouTube videos, I was kind of.
But I could have just
reassured.
pretended that I'm that
Yeah,
YouTuber.
of course. But mainly the thing is, from one conversation to another, there was some consistency in what you said.
My bad grammar was the consistent
Yes.
thing. The bad French was like, okay. How could you define if a Frenchman is interested in you in love aspect and how he usually behaves?
For me, for example, I'm quite poker face, so
Yeah, me too.
you wouldn't be
But I'm
able to
not a man.
tell. But I don't know. I would say texts, maybe.
A lot of talking. They're really like,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah, I would say if they answer you quite quickly, probably they're interested. But also they could be pretending not to care.
Oh, like playing games.
Yeah, as with any other nationalities, I'm guessing it's not a French specificity.
How to know if they're not interested?
No answer.
No answer.
Ghosting.
Did you ever get ghosted?
Get ghosted.
Did you get ghosted?
Yeah, men get ghosted all the time.
Yeah?
But I never really ghosted anyone. I just sent a text saying that's
That's not gonna work.
Yeah.
But you're very, like, how to say that? Very nice, I think. Because
Yeah,
most people don't do that.
I'm respectful. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
I get ghosted. It was not fun.
Yeah, it's not fun. Don't do that, kids.
Yeah, don't do that. Just tell the person. Sorry, it's not gonna work.
Yeah, you just have at some point to, I don't know, just be brave and face the person. If you don't feel like it's going to go well, then just say it. It's okay. We're adults. We can
It's
take
so
it.
hurtful for the other person. Like, you
Yeah.
need to be
I don't know.
empathic.
I've come to realize that if someone ghosts you, then probably they weren't worth it anyways. 'Cause if you can't even tell that.
Yeah,
So we're not even in a
oh.
relationship yet. We're just.
What do you expect for later then?
Yeah.
Next question. I'm a uni student, not French, in Paris, and I want to meet new people, but it's too hard to date. I think I would just be on dating apps. I think that's the easiest, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean any dating apps or any activities. Yeah, for example, at the climbing gym, I'm always talking to new people. I just don't go deeper in the conversation because I'm not interested in being friends with them. But I think some people they're really like friendly. Mm-hmm. If I wanted to, maybe we could just grab a drink after the climbing and stuff. But
To find a hobby and go out.
yeah, probably. Yeah.
Go to a yoga club or like do some sport where there are other people. Or even if you have friends already, do things where there are people outside. French are very unique. More than 3 dates, you're in a relationship automatically.
I wouldn't say that. Maybe for some people, I don't know.
But also I feel like, because for example, the States, it's different. Like they date for like months and months and months, but they're not in a relationship. The US, like they're dating for months,
Yeah.
but they're not in a relationship. They're just seeing each other. But I feel like in Europe, it's like we don't date. Like we go on dates, but then after a few dates, you're like already in a relationship, no? But in the States, in the US, they just date for months. Like what's the point?
Yeah, for sure. I don't know. 3 dates.
3 is not that much.
It really depends on people. For some people, 1 date.
No, that's nothing, no.
No, I
Come
don't
on.
know. I don't know. I saw people hanging out with each other for month and month and just still no commitment.
But I think it's just different than like culturally. Like Europe, I'm from Europe too, it's the same in Hungary. Like you don't date for like years and months.
No.
You get in a relationship after a while.
No,
Or you
it's-
don't, and then you part ways.
Yeah, it's not a Korean drama.
Oh, Korean drama, let's not even talk about that. Is the stereotype true that Frenchmen don't like to commit?
I wouldn't say it's a stereotype. It is?
It's a stereotype.
Is it a cliche? Or
Yeah. Have you not seen Emily in Paris?
A lot of people, a lot of French guys have
Commitment issues?
commitment issues, but you cannot, how do you say?
Generalized.
Yeah, you cannot generalize. There are some people who are willing to commit. It's just a matter of self-confidence and how you're at ease with yourself, I would say. But yeah, definitely there are some guys out there who are.
Oh, your friend.
Yeah, I have friends.
Oh.
I have some friends.
Relationship
that,
cannot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be controlled.
At the first sight of commitment, they just run away.
Crazy.
So it's
crazy.
a bit weird for me, but because it's not like you're in a prison or something.
Yeah, you can.
There is no contract, there's no nothing. So if it turns out you're not satisfied with this relationship,
You can always leave.
Yeah, you can leave.
Like some people think that if you get into a relationship, like that's it, your life is over. You're
but
in
I
a
think
prison.
it's the same as ghosting. Like you're so afraid to tell someone that you're not interested anymore.
They're just afraid of everything. Some men are just afraid of everything.
Yeah.
Afraid of any kind of emotional involvement. Like anything. Like for real. But I think what I observed is not even like French people don't like to commit, but I think a lot of times when they like talking to and like dating, they're only interested in like getting into your pants. Let's just put it that way. At the first date, they're like, "Oh, do you want to come back to my place?" And it's like, you literally just met me. Some Frenchmen are really like that, so be careful.
But isn't that international or just a Latin countries thing? Because I feel like in Italy or Spain, it would be the same.
That's even
no?
worse. Yeah.
No?
Yeah,
So
I think maybe it's a Latin thing.
Yeah, it's not French specific, but maybe it's Latin specific.
Do French women have interest in dating other nationalities, especially Indians? I mean, honestly, I think French people are quite open-minded. Why are you laughing?
Especially Indians. Are French women interested in me? I cannot say if French women are specifically interested in other nationalities, but for sure they're more open-minded than other countries.
Yeah, there's so many nationalities here. Like you go on the street, you see all types of people.
Yeah, especially in Paris. But
so yeah, maybe it's a Paris-specific thing.
But yeah, I don't know. For sure, you can find someone who's interested in Indians.
How long does it take to formalize a relationship in France?
But what does that mean?
For how long you date before it's official?
3 dates.
No, I think it depends. I don't think it takes like ages. I don't think it's like 6 months. I don't think it's 3 months.
Nah.
I think it's less. I think max a month.
It's really hard to answer these questions. There's no rules. There's no standard. There's no law. But yeah, I would say maybe a month or two.
A couple months ago, I ended a 2-year relationship. I don't know how to get over it.
First, make peace with the idea of being single, I would say, and then just remember that even though you might have had great time with that person, that there are some reasons for which it didn't work out.
Yeah.
And it ended. So just focus on that. If you put your focus on the relationship itself, then you will have like nostalgia and regrets. But if you focus on the end of the relationship, you will just remember that there's a reason.
Yeah, I would say just accept that it's gonna take time. Like it's not gonna happen in one day that you're over it. It's just a process. You cannot rush it. So just take the time you need to like grieve it and like feel your emotion. Cry if you want to cry.
Well, I mean, it's a bit cliche and stuff and even a bit cheesy to say, but time heals everything.
Yeah.
But it's true.
Yeah. So just take time, cry, feel your emotions, scream, yell, break things if you want, whatever you need. And then just you wake up and one day you're over it. Maybe it's in 3 months, 6 months, today, tomorrow, 5 years.
I would say focus on why it ended.
Yeah.
Just accept that it will take time and try as soon as possible to move on. Don't put your life in pause.
Yeah.
For that. As soon as possible, just resume living.
Also, I think people tend to forget that you can always find someone better. A lot of times when you date someone, you think like, oh, they're like the best thing ever. And when you break up, you're like, oh my God, I lost the best thing ever. And then you meet someone new who's like much better. And you think back at them and you're like, oh my God, they were such a loser. How could I date them? So you can always meet someone new. There are 8 billion people on the planet. Successful dating apps.
I think the worst is Tinder.
The worst is Tinder. But
Probably.
we met on Tinder.
I think it's the worst because there are so many people on that. I think Bumble was better, no?
Bumble is quite okay.
Wasn't it an app where you can only match one person a day or something?
Isn't it Hinge? No? I think either on Bumble or Hinge, it's like, unless the girl scrolls right, unless the girl likes you back, you cannot message them. Or something like that.
I don't know.
There's an app like that.
Yeah, well, I'm not an expert. Been out of the market for 3 years.
Out of the market. Who pays on the first 3 dates? How many dates before sleeping with the person? Being loyal to one woman.
That is 4 questions.
There's 4 questions.
Who pays on the first 3 dates? Okay, I think we've answered that question like 2 times already. The answer is there's no answer. How many dates before sleeping with the person? Well, in France, it could be
not a lot
as early as first date, even 0 dates.
First 10 minutes.
3 dates and then having sex isn't that...
Wow, France is a very liberal country.
Yeah, it's not that shocking. Even 2 dates, I would say.
That's too short. That's too short.
When one date, I would say.
That's no.
And being loyal to one woman, it's not we're not a polygamous. How do you say?
Polygamy.
Yeah. It's not in our culture, but then our French men are like loyal and how do you say? Comment on dit fidèle? Faithful.
Faithful, yeah.
But for sure, people are not 100% faithful. It doesn't exist in any country.
Yeah.
I think, but yeah, for sure, there's this Latin
vibe.
State of mind, Latin vibe that makes it more likely that people will be cheating on you. It's sad. It's sad, but it is what it is. I think it's cultural also, but it doesn't make it an excuse, but it's cultural.
But I just wonder if it has to do something with the fact that, because like, why would Frenchmen cheat? Like, why would anyone cheat?
Why would anyone cheat?
Because they don't want to be there anymore, no? And they just need an excuse, or I don't know, or they just do.
Yeah, I think there's a relationship between the fact of ghosting people. The fact that you would cheat on someone and the fact that you don't want to commit.
Yeah.
If you're not willing to face people and tell them the truth right to the face, you're more likely to ghost them, to avoid having to face them. You're more likely to not commit, to not being, in order not to be in a position that you have to end the relationship, and you would be more likely to cheat.
Yeah.
Because you want to go somewhere else, but you cannot admit it.
Yeah.
So maybe in the French culture, there's something with
not being coward.
Just being brave is not a thing in relationships.
Instead of telling you to the face, they just like do something behind your back or try to escape.
Yeah, I think it has something to do with that, with the easy option.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know if it's just France or it's just the way the world is going around now. Like everything is instant and available, so if it doesn't work out, you just can move on. Don't have to answer to anyone, don't have to take a responsibility. Just people are selfish sometimes. It just it's nothing, just a text, a clear text, just so the other person can move on and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's really a thing in France. I don't know if it's the same in other countries.
I think that was it. Thank you for coming to my channel. Thank you for your knowledge.
I don't know if it's worth anything, but as usual, don't generalize and be smart.
And take care. Bye.